Okay, today is a special day because in a few hours we are going to the legendary gym and I'm going to do some static holds for the planche and front lever, and after that going straight away into dynamics, basically freestyle calisthenics. And just for some context, this is something new for me. Like, I started doing freestyle for the past 2 or 3 weeks, and basically this is going to be my third workout for dynamics, and I'm going to be trying some new stuff, new combinations, and it's going to be fun. But before that, I'm going to answer to the questions from Instagram about planche and handstand. So I'm going to give you some tips, going to do a little quick Q&A, and after that we are going straight away to the gym. And today I'm going to try something new. So while answering these questions, I'm going to do a little activation workout. So it's basically like a very, very, very light workout before the main workout. So a few hours before the main workout, to kind of activate my body, not being so rusty on the main work. And I'm just curious how it's going to be, because I'm going to try it for the first time, so it should be pretty interesting. Okay, so let's start with the first question, and this one is about the handstand. So the question is how to get over the fear of falling forward in handstand. And this is actually a good one, because if you're afraid of the handstand, you're never going to learn the handstand, obviously. And there is only one solution to this problem. You just need to fall and see that nothing bad is going to happen, and it's not so scary. I'm going to show you, although, if I fall forward, I might fall out of the window, but I will still try to show you what I mean by that. So, your goal is to fall on purpose. So you kick hard, okay, you kick, you can't balance, and just go to one of your sides, so to the left or to the right. So once again, you kick, you're about to fall, and you just go, to one of your sides. Obviously I don't have enough space here to show you how to go like properly to one of your sides, but you got the point. This is the only solution. You just need to get over that. Okay, let's go to the second question. This one is about the planche. So, best conditioning exercises for the planche. And there is a lot of way to go about it, and obviously it's going to really depend on what is your weak point and what you need to work on. So basically, we want to start the workout with the main work, for the planche, the main progression. For example, if you're trying to go from the normal tuck, to advanced tuck, you might work on advanced tuck with heavier bands, so that you can actually hold it for longer. This is one way that you can go for it. Another way is just to add some dynamics, like dynamic movements to your workout. For example, if you can do advanced tuck for a little, you can do tuck planche push-ups with a band. So it's going to look like this, push-ups, but with a light band, because most likely they're going to be hard for you. So this is one way to go. Or you can just even finish your workouts with normal basics, like, dips, maybe even weighted dips. Once again, it depends on your situation, but basically you start the workout with the most specific thing that you can do for the planche, and then you just do something lighter, like dynamic accessories for the planche or some basics. Okay, next one, once again, handstand. How do you save from underbalance in the handstand? Well, if you didn't know, underbalance means not getting into the actual handstand position. So, for example, you're trying to kick, but you don't get in the handstand position. And this is going to happen for a few reasons. The first one is you're simply afraid to kick hard enough to actually go into the handstand position, and because of that, we are getting back to the first question, which is how to deal with that fear. So you just need to get rid of that. I already explained you how. So this is the first thing. The second thing is you just not kick properly. So these are the most important things when it comes to kicking for the handstand. So put your hands on the parallels, lift your hips high, and keep them close to the hands. So the shorter your body is, the better. So from this position, the left leg is always straight, at least in my case. If you're kicking with the other leg, your right leg then is going to be straight. So the leg, the left one is straight, only this one is bended. So then you kick and once the left leg is going to be in the handstand position, the right leg is coming straight away after that. So take a look how it's actually working. So from this position, you kick and you get into the handstand. Okay, next question, once again, planche. Muscles included in planche, how to flex them properly. So this is a tricky question, because if I'm going to start explaining you the whole technique of the planche, this video is just going to be about the planche and it's going to be too long. But basically the muscles included in the planche are your whole body. Like, yes, this is a pushing skill. Obviously the main work is going to be for the shoulders to push, but you need to keep in mind that your triceps are also working, your biceps are working, even your back is working, because when you're doing shoulder depression, which is part of the technique for the planche, as you can see, depression, I am engaging my lats. You see that? So even your back is engaged in the planche. So basically it's your whole body, your core, your lower back, even your legs, like basically everything. But the main thing that is going to make your planche possible is shoulder flexion. So you need to flex your shoulder with straight arm, and this is what is going to keep you, away from the ground. Obviously it's a pushing skill, but the whole body, you're using like literally every single muscle in your body, but yes, mainly shoulders, and you need to have strong shoulders and train specifically for the planche with easier progressions. Now let me quickly just do one set for the front lever from the workout. Okay, and the last question that I'm going to answer today is, can I train the handstand every day from 10 to 15 minutes a day? And yes, we absolutely can. Obviously, if you start feeling a little bit sore, from a lot of handstand practice, it's better to skip a few days. But in general, this is a balance skill. You have a lot of coordination, and if you feel good, if you're not feeling sore, like absolutely, you can train the handstand every day for 10, 15 minutes, just doing some attempts. And actually, the more attempts for the handstand you do, the better it is going to be, because you're going to learn it faster. This is not like with the planche. You can't planche every single day, especially if you're a beginner, because most likely you're just going to injure yourself. But with the handstand, yes, you can do attempts basically every single day, and this is actually one of the best ways to learn it super fast. Okay, finally going to the legendary gym, and I'm pretty curious to see if I'm going to feel any changes, if I'm going to feel lighter or stronger, because of the mini workout activation, stuff that I did like a few hours before the main workout. And also for the static holds, I don't really have a plan, because I had some changes in my workout routine for this week. So I'm just going to see how I feel, and based on that I'm going to decide if I'm going to do more intense holds for the statics, or just work on the technique. But straight away after the statics we are going to some dynamics. Also, I'm going to try this new monster. It's with sugar, but today is a special day, so we have a special monster, and let's see how it tastes. Okay, not bad. I would say 6.5. I used to think that learning the planche is impossible for me, because I'm an ex-football player and I have pretty big legs for a calisthenics athlete, which makes automatically everything way harder in the skills. But I still managed to unlock it in one single year, and if you wanna do the same, just listen until the end. A few years ago I was trying to learn a planche, but I had no idea what is the proper technique. I didn't know how to structure my trainings properly, and I was just doing some random attempts and hoping to achieve something, and of course I had no results. And from that moment I started convincing myself that it's all because of my genetics, it's all because I have pretty big legs, and I decided to completely quit skill training and focus on weighted calisthenics, because I thought that if I have more muscle mass, I'm going to be able to hold a planche. So I did weighted calisthenics for 1 year, tried to planche again, and of course nothing changed, and this is when I realized that it's not just about strength. And then I decided to get serious about it. I started working with a calisthenics coach, I understood the proper technique, I learned how to train properly for the skills, and I went from zero to full planche in 1 single year. So if you still think that you can't planche because your legs are too big, or you're too heavy, or there is something wrong with your genetics, trust me, I used to be in the exact same spot. And exactly because of that, I created my free planche guide where I explain you the technique of every single progression, the mistakes that you should avoid along the way, and also you get a workout program that you can follow step by step in order to unlock the planche. So if you want to get the guide, once again, it's completely free. Just DM me the word progress on Instagram. I'm going to leave the link in the description and I'm going to send it to you. Okay, just finished with the statics, and actually the thing that I did before the workout, you know, the light activations, actually I was feeling way lighter, like in the front lever and in the planche. It felt good, but I didn't push too hard because, as I said, I'm also going to do dynamics. Filmed some content for Instagram, and now it's time for the combos. I will start with 360 just to remember it, because this is the only thing that, you know, I confidently can do. So we'll do some attempts to warm up, and then going into trying some new stuff. Okay, I just did my first 360 and you can see that it's not good. But I'm still going to try to do a few more, maybe a few combos if I can, but yeah, if it's going to be too bad, like, I'm not going to be able to keep going most likely, but let's see. Okay, I think it's enough for today. I did some good combinations, did some statics on the bar too. My hands are dead. The left one, the right one is also starting to go away, but overall I'm happy. It was a good workout. Okay, so that was it for today. It was a pretty fun workout, did a lot of dynamics, a lot of statics, felt good. Even though I injured my hands a little bit, you know, it's part of the process, it's fine. Make sure to actually use the tips that I gave you in the beginning of the vlog, you know, for the planche and for the handstand. It's literally going to make your progress skyrocket. And also the stuff with the activation before the actual workout, yes, it works. Like I didn't think that it's going to work so well, but it's actually super good. Like I felt 5 kilograms lighter, like seriously. So make sure to try it for yourself. And of course, if you're training calisthenics, if you're serious about unlocking some skills, you know, getting better, achieving your dream physique and so on, but you're feeling lost and you don't know what to do, how to structure your trainings properly, you know, and you need some help, you can apply for my one-on-one coaching. The link is going to be in the description. Simple application, fill it out, I'm going to reach out to you and we're going to see how I can actually help you out. But make sure that this is only for the serious people. If you're not serious about calisthenics and you don't really care about making progress, you know, don't do that. I'm working only with serious people. So yeah, take some notes from this vlog, use the tips, expect redemption, and see you in the next one.